you doing today, Randy?
I'm good. How everybody doing?
Good. Can you start off? It's been a while since we talked. And can you talk about some of the work you put in counseling and everything to get back to this point? And do you feel you're better equipped to take advantage of this opportunity than maybe a few of the others you had before this because of the work you put in?
Well, yeah, I'd say I am a little bit better equipped. I think, it goes with maturity and just getting older, experiencing different things in life, on and off the field. So, I've always said it's a day-to-day thing. It's something that I'm constantly working on and trying to better myself, not only for, the sake of my career, but, my personal life and for my family. So, something I have under wraps right now. I'm very, proud of myself, proud of the individuals that have helped me get here. And, I just got to take it one day at a time.
Who are some of the people that helped you get back to this point?
It's a long list. Most importantly, Dina Hijazi. I'm sure some of you have heard about her up to this point now. And she's someone I definitely work with multiple times throughout the week. And, my parents are big in this case. A few coaches here and there. I'm not going to name off everyone, but there's people know who they are that have helped me get here and that are continuing to help me, every day up until this point now.
Randy, 6-7 games back into playing, how do you feel like you've performed on the field, and how have you felt like you've been able to improve over the last few weeks?
Well, I think I've done some things well. There's still things I could improve on, obviously. Biggest thing is, getting after a passer. I think that's the one thing that the coaches expect from me the most, and that I try to take pride in the most. And so, I've been able to get close a few times, a few pressures, a few hits, some sacks, things like that. Big thing for me is not making any mental errors, any misalignments, stuff like that, pre-snap. And I think I've done a better job of that, and obviously playing against the run when I am in there, trying to just get better and stronger at the point of attack and just build from there. I think overall I've had a pretty solid, comeback. Obviously it came midway through the season, so I'm still, even at this point, kind of getting my feet under me, but, just continue to get better every day at practice and hopefully putting that out on the field on game day.
Randy, you mentioned the scheme, and several of your teammates on defense have talked to us about the challenge of transitioning schemes from what Marinelli was doing to what Mike Nolan's had y'all do. How much more challenging has that been to pick up coming in halfway through the year, or do you feel like you're there?
Well, I did. I started playing midway, but, obviously I was here at the beginning of the season and meetings, so I was able to sit back and take mental reps. And I tried to take a serious approach to that so I could be prepared when I actually did step foot on the field. And, initially I think, switching from one scheme to the next will be hard for anybody. And, different terminology and things like that. So that's something, you had to adjust to. After that, just going out there and putting the work on the field and not looking at so much X's and O's. So it was tough, I'd say, from the start. But, it hasn't been any more difficult than any other playbook as far as trying to pick it up and learn it, at least for me.
Being away from the game, how much did you appreciate it just since you've been back?
Well, I appreciate, everything that led up to this, me coming back. And, obviously I do appreciate being here. I've said in the past that, football is probably the most natural thing there is on this planet to me. I love the game. There's been times where I haven't loved what it meant to be a professional in the NFL, but I do love the game, and everything else that comes with it. It's just part of it. Being a professional, any line of work, there's stuff you got to deal with that you're not necessarily the best at or like to deal with, and not even just at a professional level, even as a child in school. I want to play football, but I had to go to class. So there's stuff I have to deal with. But all in all, I'm appreciative to be back. I'm very grateful. I'm happy to be back here, doing the things I love and being around the teammates I have, the coaching staff that I have, my parents and my family being able to go to the games and watch me play, and just kind of rebuilding my reputation, or for whatever it is now. And yeah, I mean, I'm just real grateful. I really am. It's honestly an honor to be on this team and still be valued in the league right now.
What are some of the things you're able to deal with now that maybe were triggers for you earlier that you're able to handle now?
Who is this?
I'm sorry, what?
Who is this speaking?
Oh, this is David Moore.
Oh, okay. What did you say, David?
No, I was just asking, you're talking about dealing with some things better. What are some things you're dealing with now that maybe would have been triggers for you in the past that you recognize now and they don't bring you down?
I mean, well, honestly, I that's something that I deal with and work with Dina. So if you want to ask her, which I'm sure she'll tell you, she can't tell you. You can go that route, but that's between me and her and the people real close to me. I think everyone deals with triggers. Everyone reacts certain ways, and that's the same for me. And all I can say is that I've gotten better about it, and there's going to be triggers in the future, and I'm going to take the right step forward, take care of them. Hopefully, I won't make some of the same mistakes I've made in the past.
Randy, what's been the happiest or most rewarding moment of your return so far?
Honestly, Thanksgiving Day, I had, my girlfriend, I had my daughter, my parents, I had some other close friends at that game. My birthday is that week as well on the 23rd, and it's a home game, color rush, uniforms, alternate jerseys, and just being able to go out there and play against a rival like, the shouldn't say Redskins, Washington football team. But no, I would say that was probably the best part about coming back, this year is just being able to go out there, obviously during the holidays. And like I said, my birthday being the 23rd, really going out there and having a good game was important. It was on my mind and, trying to get a win and, at least got 2 sacks in that game. So, I'm happy about that and happy that, my family was there to be able to see me, flourish individually out there. So.
How has your body changed the last time you were in the league, and how do you feel like that related to maybe you being a bit of a different player today, in some respects, if at all, since the last time you were in the league?
I honestly don't believe I've changed that much since 2018. I believe I think I've put on more weight, and not just put on more weight. I think in the past part of my problem was maintaining the weight. I could come in heavy, and by the end of the year I've lost a lot of weight, and so this year I came in probably the heaviest I've ever been, and to the point where there was talks about me losing weight, because I think naturally I don't carry much weight, and they want to see me a little bit quicker and a little bit lighter. So, but all in all, I think the explosiveness was still there. It's still there. The speed is still there. You get little nicks and minor injuries here and there, and that's kind of expected. So, I'm still getting back used to that. That's one of the things I forgot about is how banged up your body gets. So I'm spending a lot more time trying to rehab on and off the field, making sure my body's right for the long haul. And I've been able to hold the weight, whereas in the past I couldn't. So, I think that speaks to, the prep to get to this point in the off season and what I was doing there to get my body right. And, I'm real proud that I was able to do that, and I'm happy with the results.
What was the weight that you came in at, and where are you at now?
I probably came in around 262, 263, and I'm down to about 254, 255 now.
Randy, we talked with Jalen and some of your teammates last week about the effort needed on defense. How much different have the conversations been this week after the Bengals game? And do you feel like as a group y'all got that message?
Well, I never liked the idea of, this talk about effort. I know, what's been put on tape has been, put it on tape, but I like to think that everyone's putting all the effort they can into their play on the field. And from what I've seen, it's been great effort. We've had some mishaps, and that's going to happen. And sometimes I think the average eye will look at that and say that it's an effort problem, but I don't think there's an effort issue on the team. Every guy here is a professional, and it takes a lot of work that leads up to the game on Sunday, and a lot of effort. Whether that be watching film here or at home, and obviously your play on the field in practice. So I never liked the idea that people have talked about our effort, because I truly believe that collectively, even the coaches, we put a lot of effort into putting a good 60 minutes out there on the field. And obviously you can't, this year we haven't won every game. I understand that, but I never thought it was an effort issue.
Randy, you've now had a traditional off-season training camp and a lot of practices here in the last couple of years. How much do you think you still have a lot of untapped potential as to what you can still do?
I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that question. I think there's still stuff I can work on and get better at. That's going to come down to just me and my desire to really go out there and be the best I can be. I'm not even a real big fan of the word potential either, and so. I know this is towards the tail end of the regular season, and there's still some football left, out there for this division, and that's what I'm gonna do. But obviously, this upcoming off season, barring any kind of issues with what we have going on in today's world, I'm gonna try to be here as much as I can with OTAs and with workouts, mini camp, training camp, things like that. Because you're right, I've never really had. I guess other than my rookie year, I've never really had a true offseason with the team, so I'm really excited for that.
From a personal and professional standpoint, what are you most proud of just your journey and kind of where you are today?
I would say just the fact that I never gave up. I've had times where I've doubted myself. I've had times where I've wondered what life would be like, without football. But biggest thing for me, the biggest thing I'm most proud of is that I never gave up. And at the end of the day, I believe that this is the place I need to be, around the people that are here. And like I said earlier, that football is the most natural thing for me. And so I'm gonna keep trying to be here. I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna keep going out there and playing as hard as I can until I'm not wanted in this league anymore, or they push me out this league. And I don't know if that's going to be today. I don't know if that's going to be a year from now, 2 years, 5 years. It doesn't really matter to me. Just the fact that I continue to fight, and continue to want to come back and play is really important to me.
What kept you from giving up? What kept you keep fighting?
Just that I knew I had more to offer, as a player. And that I just really couldn't live with myself knowing that I missed out on an opportunity that I had been working for 15 20 years now to this point. And that's all I talked about from age 8 to age 9. Playing youth league and telling my dad that I wanted to play in the NFL, and he would explain to me everything I needed to do to get to that point. And I played running back in the day, and he used to tell me that I wouldn't play running back, I'd be playing defensive end. And he's a real smart guy because he was right. But I've invested so much time, physically, mentally, emotionally to the sport that I'm just not ready to give up yet.
Getting back to this point about what you've done, but is there a level of appreciation with Jerry Jones and his family and how they've been with you in this journey?
Well, yeah, Jerry, Mr. Jones, he, the whole Jones family, they know how much they mean to me. I think at this point, I understand how much I mean to them. I understand there's a business side of things when it comes to the sport. But one of the things I appreciate the most about the Jones family is that, they've been able to take away the business, aspect of it and really focus on me as an individual, as a person. And, coming in as a rookie, you don't, sometimes, at least for myself, I didn't really expect that. I feel like at that point, you're a professional, you got to take care of your stuff. You can't take care of it, then you're out. And that's kind of what happened to me. But, just seeing them kind of stick by my side and help any way they could when they could, and just stick this thing out with me it's been real big. I can't say enough about them. Can't say enough about Mr. Jones himself. It's honestly a great family with great values that they've really helped out. Not only me but other guys in this league. And so yeah, I'm real appreciative of that.